What round is this?
I don't know. I've lost count.
Is this like round 18?
I feel like a prize fight, like Bugs Bunny, where he just keeps hitting me and hitting me, and I'm the palooka.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Is it one of those? So, okay, so we did a bunch of whiskey tonight. Now we're gonna, we're just gonna have a little digestif.
We're taking it down a notch.
We're gonna take it down a notch. We're gonna chill. We're gonna relax. We are gonna have a cider, not just any cider, a rosé cider from Shacksbury Cidery, I guess. Is that what they go by?
I believe so.
Shacksbury, and they are in Vermont.
Vermont.
Vergennes, Vermont, I think. Vergennes. Would it be Vergennes?
Sure.
Okay, so we got this rosé cider. And let me tell you a little bit about it. Dry, crushable, and made like a rosé wine. When we set out to make a rosé cider, we knew we wanted to pay homage to our friends in the winemaking world. Unlike many commercial ciders that rely on food coloring or additives to achieve a rose-pink blush, our rosé gets its color and flavor from grape skins, just as we believe like a rosé should. We start with fresh New England apples, pressed and fermented at cellar temperature, then age our cider on Syrah and Zinfandel grape skins to impart tannin, structure, and berry notes. Together, these add up to a fun-loving but refined marriage of New England apples with traditional wine grapes, as tasty as it is beautiful.
Okay.
Sounds delightful. So, anyway, grab your can.
I'm sold.
Grab your can. Crack them on camera.
Will this be a
pour off?
A mashed pour off?
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't think there's a whole lot of sudsy stuff with a cider.
Famous last words.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, that's rosé.
It's pinky. Nah, there's no suds on this.
This comes in at 5.5%, so they're not messing around.
No,
it's
good. Session-y?
Like a well-done beer.
You think it's session-y?
5.5%.
I mean, I kind of like ciders. They're good. They're fun. They're different.
Always a fan.
Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
Not a sour apple in the nose.
No. It's a little. Does it smell a little grapey? Like grape juicy?
Yeah, maybe a little bit like grape. A little sour apple.
But there's a sweetness on the nose.
Like one of those apple candies that you kind of get.
There's like a sweetness on the nose. Like. Do you ever have those gummy fruits, like the Japanese ones? Like that. It almost has like a gummy kind of smell to it.
It has a little bit of that, like a sour gummy apple candy to it.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, on the nose, it's kind of grapey. It's kind of like grapes and apples, like an apple grape. Didn't Welch's make an apple grape juice?
So you're saying a cider made with apples and grapes smells like apples and grapes?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So basically, yeah, they got it.
Really going out on a limb there.
You're just mean. You're not being very nice right now. Okay, so
I've gone in several times. It's very refreshing. It's not fizzy at all, I don't think. It's not as crisp as some ciders where it's almost too tart.
It's not fizzy at all.
Where it's almost too tart, the crispness. This is very pleasurable. It's sweet.
You know what it's like? It's like drinking a glass of rosé.
I think maybe they're onto something there.
I think they are. It's a little dry.
There is something there.
I think it's a little dry.
It's, nothing overly dramatic, nothing overly offensive. I think this would be something very good to pair with food. So I could certainly see this opening up lighter meats, chicken, fish, something along those lines.
Cheese.
Cheese, and a little charcuterie. This would be awfully good. Much like a wine and cheese party. This would be very good.
I almost wish it was a little fizzier though.
Yeah,
it's a little flat.
I kind of go either way with a cider, where some
are too bubbly.
Maybe they're too bubbly, and some aren't bubbly enough.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that in between. We cracked these cans, and there was very little in the way of effervescence. When we poured it out, there was very little in the way of any kind of bubbles or head retention. Not that it's flat in terms of flavor, but there really isn't anything in the way of effervescence left.
No, there's not a lot of fizz. Not a lot of fizz on this one. There's a little bit. It's pretty good though. I like it. It's not as sweet as others. It's not super dry either. I think it's what are we looking for? What's the words? Nicely balanced.
Yeah, balanced.
It has a nice balance of flavors. So we like it. Give it a B, maybe. I'm not gonna say it's an A.
I'd say it's a good solid B.
I don't think it's as good as the other ones we've tried, like the Eden ones. I thought they were a little more complexity to them.
And I think some of that had to do with there being a little bit more texture because they were a little more effervescent.
Right. This is definitely. I mean, obviously, we've gone for about 6 minutes, and that 6 minutes includes the intro, the pouring, all the nonsense in between, and I'm already halfway through. So it goes down pretty easy.
It does. And you gotta love that it's in cans.
Mm-hmm.
Portability, good for BYO, good for a place that won't allow glass outside, like a pool deck, or going to barbecues. Good summer beverage.
You know, it's warming up a little bit, and I'm getting a little bit more flavor, and now it's getting much more like not a green apple, not a red apple, but something in between, almost like what's the one? Like a Fuji?
Fuji, golden apple, somewhere in there.
Something like that. There's one particular apple that we picked up in Connecticut called a Mutsu, and that was a really nice balance of like sweet and tart and really, really crisp. So a lot more of the apples coming through. Like the grape part has subsided a little bit as it warmed up, and you're getting more of that like fresh apple taste.
And I'm always looking for something that's a good summertime beverage, portable, and you can appease people who are not really beer drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't.
No.
You bring somebody out who wants something crisp, something refreshing, something that's not beer.
Good.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be ice cold because, as you said, as it's warmed up, maybe there's a little more flavor to it.
Yeah, there is. There's a little more.
It's just a good solid cider. It's good.
It's good. I'm gonna give it the B. The B, maybe anywhere from B- to B+, depending upon my mood. But right now I'm giving this a solid B, and I'm enjoying it very much.
Just a good cider. Thanks.
It's good. All right, cheers, folks.